It's Thursday morning, and it's time for Tech for Seniors Live, where technology gets its deserved deep dive. This isn't happening via Zoom, so we can't see who's joining the show. So please sign in to the chat box below as we gather around the screen, both far and wide, with curiosity as our ever-trusty guide. We'll navigate the digital seas, a knowledgeable crew, exploring all the tech tips, both old and new. No need for cameras, no need for dress. Just bring your questions and we'll address. From gadgets to apps and all the tech lore, we're here to help, to teach, and much more. So type away in the chat. Don't be shy. Our tech-savvy hosts are here to reply. It's Thursday morning. Let the tech talk flow at the Tech for Seniors Live, the best tech show.
Good morning. This is Tech for Senior. It is February the 6th, 2025. I'm Ron Brown. I'll be your host today. And Microsoft announced no more VPN. Bob says, ho hum. and ChatGPT, the $200 version. We're going to tell you how you can get it for free. Stay tuned. This is Tech for Senior, and we are going to save you a bunch of money today. But you have to listen to the show to find out, right? Anyway, welcome everyone. As usual, we were yakking too much before the show started, and we forgot to hit the start button, so we're a couple of minutes late. So pay attention, you guys. Quit talking so much, right? Anyway, we're a bunch of crazy seniors who like to talk and talk. And today we're going to talk about all the tech news of the week, of which Hewie and I were busy this morning, really doing a lot of publishing. So I don't think we'll ever get through all the articles. And we want to thank you, the audience out there, for sending in the articles that we can publish. And I want to thank Murray Strom from Victoria today, because he sent a whole bunch of articles, which again, we added those earlier in the week. Murray, I'm not sure if we'll get to them, but thank you for sending them along. That's great. We do encourage the audience to send us articles, because we do publish every day onto our Facebook page, and you can follow along today as we go through the articles on our Facebook page. Just remind everybody that, of course, we do come from our Monday show. which is on Monday. Hey, how about that? And this will be our 6th year coming up in March. We're getting pretty close and excited to that. It'll be actually a bit of a redesigned show, and we're going to have some interesting things happening. So we are fired up and ready to go. So please drop by and see us. If you haven't come by, drop by, and you can certainly pick up all the information on our website. Today is of course our Thursday show on Thursday. I want to welcome everyone today. The panel, of course, you know very well. The panel, of course, is starting with Hewie Poplock from Bradenton, Florida. Hewie, of course, is my partner on our Monday show. We started Tech for Senior almost 5 years ago. So welcome, Hewie.
Good to be here.
The scary part of
lots of good things going on, a lot of interesting things going on in the tech world.
That's right. And of course, another person who's been with us since the very beginning is, of course, Bob Gostischa from Los Lunas, New Mexico. Bob is a tech guru who has he's a prolific producer of videos. Man, he cranks those things out like crazy. So anyway, welcome, Bob. I'm glad.
Good morning. To keep myself awake, I try to produce at least one video per day. At least.
There you go. Well, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much. And of course, Ray's been with us almost since the beginning. Ray, was it how long?
August of 2020.
August of 2020. Okay, pretty close.
Yeah, I think you guys started a couple of months before that.
Right. So you've been there almost since the beginning. Ray, of course, is from Pine, Arizona. He's the president of APCUG. And also he is a great not musician, but he is very involved with music clubs around the country and teaches people how to start music clubs where they can share music and share music. I guess music is what this.
I call it a music listening club, where everybody gets a chance to play things that they think are interesting, and then talk a little bit about either how the song was developed or who the artists are, and that way I still believe there are collectors left. Most people have switched over to being listeners by streaming everything, but there's a lot of people like me left who are collectors and want to still have the original.
And of course, Ray does a very popular segment on our show, which is our music outro, and he picks musicians and he talks about the musician and tells us what they're all about, and then plays us a little soundtrack of who they were. And sometimes we recognize them, sometimes we don't, but it's pretty cool. And I think everybody appreciates that. And Ray, thank you for all the years that you've done that. It's a big part of the show.
You're quite welcome. I enjoy doing it.
Excellent. Now, Hewie, is there anybody listening to us?
I think so. Let's take a look. If I can go back to the beginning here. Here we go.
Ed Weiss, 35 degrees and light rain in central New Jersey. Oh, before you go to the next one, I want to just tell everybody there was some great Canadian news last night. I was watching the news in the evening, and they announced that the Canadian government settled with Facebook. So my system now works, and I can see the articles. So you'll see things work a little smoother today. So that's good news.
You're saying that I didn't work smooth?
You did pretty good. Yeah. Mike Lehman from Moncton, New Brunswick, where it's sunny and minus 10 degrees. Mike Saunders, 4 degrees on a crispy winter afternoon in Chesham, UK. Sally says lots of snow in Kirkland, Washington. Oh, Hewie, hold it. Just don't go. I wanted to show everybody something. This is a picture I took 10 minutes ago off our balcony, and it snowed last night. It's cold. It's really cold here, as Sally Ann says. It's cold. You can see the fog over the marina there, and just as the sunrise coming, it shows all the snow in the mountains. So it is a cold morning here in Comox. So Sally Ann,
I just got shivers.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
Ron, what would that temperature be in Fahrenheit?
Oh, it would be probably, what did that be? Probably 27, maybe.
Okay, that's not really very cold.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, it is.
Hey, everything is relative.
That's right. Hewie thinks it is. Anyone from Florida would. Jolin, welcome, Jolin. Greetings from the low country of South Carolina. Thank you, Jolin, for coming. Lots of good stuff to talk about today. Jim Talman, 80 degrees and sunny in Venice, Florida. Bernard says Sterling Heights Computer Club in Michigan, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Dick Vogel, hello from Central Florida. Hello, Dick. Liz Milford, hi from Ohio, 39 degrees, very little snow left. Steve Powell, Kirkland, Washington, 33 degrees with snow. Dick Vogel, hello from Central Florida. I already checked the thumbs up icon because I always look forward to TFS Live. Thank you, Dick. You say such nice things. That's really great.
You as well.
Thanks so much, Dick. That's great. Deb Shannon, hi, Deb. Beautiful 77 degrees in Dunedin, Florida.
That catches up.
That caught us all up. Excellent. Good. Well, welcome everybody. We have, of course, lots of news articles to go through. So let's get to work and let's have a look. Now, the first one was, let me just come up here. The first article that we want to talk a little bit about today was Microsoft 365 is losing its free VPN feature. I guess they're raising the prices and taking stuff away too. So it's going to lose its feature. It says Microsoft is getting ready to remove the VPN feature from its Microsoft 365 subscription later this month. Originally designed as a privacy feature, the VPN in Microsoft 365 utilizes the Microsoft Defender app to encrypt internet traffic and hide IP addresses. Microsoft is now removing this privacy protection feature from Microsoft 365 on February the 28th. So Bob says, ho hum. Nobody used it.
Who uses it?
So ho hum, I mean, if anyone uses it out there, can you put in the chat if you ever used it or ever even heard of it?
Or any VPN. Do you use the VPN? Yeah. We'd like to know. You know, we're talking about VPNs. Maybe none of you actually use one. You're not interested.
That's true. Yeah. And so now Bob did we actually talked about, Bob, was it last Monday or was it the Monday before? I can't remember. Was it?
I think it was.
Was it last Monday? Bob did an extra.
I think it was last Monday that we talked about the VPNs.
Was it? Yeah. Bob did an excellent video on the VPNs, and these are his. No, just a minute here. These are the choices that he talked about, and what the costs are. And so Bob, let me just go through these and I'll just quickly just mention them so people can understand them. There was NordVPN, and this really, I think, was number one, strong security, big viewers, a lot of servers. Then there was the Surfshark, which is budget friendly, unlimited connections, great for families. ExpressVPN, super fast speeds. 105 countries, best for beginners and streamers. Proton VPN, which of course came out this year. First Swiss brand, strict to no logs policy, free version, no data caps. That sounds pretty good. Free and no data caps. And then there was CyberGhost, best for streaming and torrenting. Lots of servers and a 45-day money-back guarantee. So those are the ones that are the 5 best. Be careful. Remember, there is no such thing as a free VPN. Well, there are, but you don't want to use them.
There is one that respects your privacy and is good for security, and that would be the Proton one.
The Proton, yeah.
The drawback is limited on the number of servers and the country where it's available.
Right.
So you can only use it in the US, in Japan, and in the Netherlands. Those are the 3 places where you have servers available. So servers are limited. If you're looking to do streaming, it's not going to be very good for that. But if you're looking at the privacy angle, or you're on a public network where you have no privacy, it'd still be a good one to use, unless you get the paid version. Paid version changes things. But if you don't want to spend money, that's the one to use.
And Bob's video is an excellent one, so you can see it on his channel, and I would encourage you to watch that if you are interested in using a VPN. Now, just to let you know, I don't use a VPN. I haven't used a VPN in 5 years. Hewie doesn't use a VPN. Bob, do you use a VPN?
Only if I'm not on a secure network. So if I can't use my phone with a secure network, or I'm not at home, then if I have to do something where my information's exposed, I would then be using the VPN. Outside of that, no, I don't.
No. And I think people need to understand that, because there's a lot of times there's articles or there's information that makes people think that it's going to VPNs prevent viruses and prevent malware and prevent, all sorts of bad things. And of course, that's not true.
Nope.
So there is so unless you have a specific reason for that, and one of them may be geolocating. In other words, if you want to move your location, let's say you want to listen to the BBC and you want to geolocate to Britain and use one of the British access ports, but you need to check and see which VPNs will be able to do that for you. Not all of them will do that.
Correct.
Right. And Ray, you don't use a VPN, do you?
No, I've never found a need to use a VPN, so I've actually never pursued it. Now, my understanding is a VPN is most useful when you want to have a secure internet connection while using Wi-Fi away from home.
Right.
I rarely do that, but the computer I use now has a built-in Wi-Fi modem, so it connects directly to my T-Mobile account. So I never have the need to use any kind of other outside Wi-Fi. So I think I'm safe. I don't think I need one.
Yeah. Remember, for 12 years, I traveled all over the country. I was not home, and I still had stuff to do that required security, and privacy. So, and that's where the VPN came in very handy.
Okay, the next one is this was
before you go on, let's take a look at we had some answers about VPNs.
Okay,
good.
Jolin said, I've not had a reason to use it. Again, these are all people, like they were all techie people that spent a lot of time on internet. Bernard, I use IPA VPN. Mike Lehman says, I use VPN Unlimited, 5 clients, lifetime license for about $40 Canadian. Mike Saunders, I use Google VPN on my Pixel 8a. Dick Vogel, I only have access to the internet from home, so I don't think I need a VPN. Correct. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And John says, I definitely check out Bob's video. Exactly. Good video, Bob. Steve Parker, is there not a Proton VPN in Swiss? We talked about that. Is there not a Proton? Yeah, that's right. That's what Bob was talking about. Yeah. Deb says, I did IP Vanish drop off the radar. I used it 4 or 5 years. Still do. I've never heard of IP Vanish. Do you know? I don't know anything about it.
I've heard of it.
But okay. Can't answer that, Deb.
Bob, is that one you are not familiar with, or?
No, I don't know it.
IP
Vanish. Never heard of it.
Mike Saunders, Proton works in the UK. Okay, great. Thanks, Mike. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And this, of course, is ChatGPT. Enhanced AI costs $200 a month. That's US. So that's like $500 a month Canadian, right? So it's a lot of money, but it's now free for Windows users. Like, what is going on with this? So what's important here is the word free. OpenAI released the 01 model in December, and company chief executive Sam Altman promised that it would be the most powerful model available, but it came with a catch. Subscriptions, $200 for an unlimited access to the model. The company's $20 a month service, ChatGPT Plus, also allows the 01 model, but with limited access. On Wednesday of this week, Microsoft's chief of Microsoft AI, Mustafa Suleyman, announced that access to the 01 model would be available to Copilot users everywhere at no cost. Microsoft says there's some sort of mysterious access limitation in place depending on how many people use it at a time. So I guess if everybody in the world uses it, maybe we're not going to see it being free. I don't know. Bob has tried this. Who would have thought that Bob? I mean, Bob would be the person who's going to try it. Bob would be the guy. So Bob, tell us what's going on with this.
Well, it depends on what you're using it for. For some things like analytics, that would be give you more information than just the Copilot itself, right?
Right.
Now, I happen to be paying. No, not Copilot. I'm sorry. We're talking about
ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, Copilot.
Well, Copilot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think Deeper is part of Copilot.
Yep. Deep search. So it goes deeper and does more thinking, and so supposedly comes out with better facts. I tried it, and I used it without the deep think model, and I liked the answer better than I did. But again, it depends on the topic and the discussion that you're engaged in with AI.
But needless to say, we just saved everybody $200.
Yep.
Isn't that? Don't we get a big round of applause, Hewie?
Absolutely.
So just let everyone
You
know
know what they say about self-praise, right?
Anyway, try it out. See if you like it. It's free. So free is always good when you're a senior, right?
Yeah. Now, I use Copilot pretty much every day, but I never took the time to actually sign into the Copilot account. So I did that yesterday. And when you do that, that's when the message Copilot box comes up with the words "Think Deeper." And if you hover over those words, it says "Think deeper when responding takes 30 seconds." So basically, one would use Think Deeper for complex technical questions or analytical tasks. And there's a new one now. They have. I'm going to point this out to Carol. They have a section for creative writing issues.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Make sure you select it.
So you have to sign in though.
Yes, you have to sign into your Microsoft account.
Right. Okay. Well, that's really cool. So we saved everybody some money. Well, I feel great about that.
You know what they can do with that money? They can donate to
to Tech for Senior.
To Tech for Senior and for Hewie too on Hewie.net.
There you go. Bob's got a channel too. At that rate, everybody will go broke.
There we go. All right, let's. Have we got any more people to talk to before we get into the articles, Hewie?
Let's see where we left off.
Have we got any more people to mention before we get into the articles? Jim says my wife and I use Avast VPN. Bob's probably never heard of that.
Well, Avast has a decent one.
Murray said, good morning from Victoria, BC. Thank you, Murray. Good morning, Murray, and thanks a lot. Mike Saunders, lots of, what is that? Art's good. All right, thanks a lot. All right, let's get on here and let's see how we're going to
look at some news. Yep.
Let's play some news. And we will look at this, and this is actually Ray's. Who's the clear? Sorry?
Go ahead.
This is the clear winner for who is the best U.S. carrier for cell phone service. So this is from Android Authority, and they did a survey to see who cell phone subscribers chose as the top carrier in the U.S. The clear winner was T-Mobile, received 51.6%. So received over half of the votes. Verizon had 15%, almost 16%, and AT&T came in last with just above 8%. So it's worth noting that Mint Mobile and Visible were the other two choices people voted for most in the survey. So more than a year ago, Carol convinced me to switch from Verizon to T-Mobile, and it was an easy decision as T-Mobile is the only carrier that offers 5G services where I live, and I've not been disappointed.
Good.
Ron, before you go to the next one, you actually missed one, which is mine.
Not on purpose, I hope.
And it's not showing, so you got to switch over to me.
Oh, really? Okay, just a minute.
This is from Reuters. Amazon's AI revamp of Alexa Assistant nears unveiling on the 14th. This is some news that's leaked out, but on the 14th, something's going on, and later, I think it's the 26th of the month, Amazon is going to have a unveiling of something, and so it's thought it's going to be the new plan for the Alexa. I'm sorry if I set your machine off with Miss A. It looks like they're finally going to have their AI and their advanced Miss A, and it may or may not have a cost at the beginning, but it looks like shortly thereafter it will be $5 to $10 a month if you wish. Now, if you don't want that and you want to keep the plan that you have now for free, that will still be available as well.
Hewie, that's coming up on the 29th of the end of the month. Yeah. So we'll be covering that.
There is no 29th.
Yeah.
Oh, 28th. Whatever. It's at the end of the month, and we'll be covering that. We'll be covering
29th was last year.
29th.
Right. Yeah. I'm giving up drinking on February 29th, 30th, and 31st. 3 days.
Hewie, I'm gonna follow you down there because I see there's some ones I'm missing here. So we'll just follow you.
There's a one from Ray. Here's another one from Ray.
All right, let's see. So, according to this article, of the 800 million Windows users in the world, half are still using Windows 10. We talk about this all the time now. We've mentioned before that Microsoft actually provided workaround instructions that bypass these system requirements if you were capable enough of doing a registry change. And that allowed the unsupported Windows 10 PCs to upgrade to Windows 11. Well, those bypass instructions have now been taken down by Microsoft. And I think I understand the logic that by deleting these instructions, they're hoping to encourage more to go out and buy a new Windows 11 computer. In my case, I never understood why they were posted to begin with.
In my case, Microsoft did the update to a machine that wasn't supported, and it's still doing the updates. I just received one this morning.
Well, then don't tell anybody, Bob. We're going to keep that a secret.
All right.
This is also Ray.
What's the title of this one? Oh,
electronics not allowed in checked baggage.
Right. So the focus of this article is on lithium batteries and how they are fire prone. It says lithium battery fire incidents that happen in flight jumped by 388% from 2015 to 2023. Power banks with this type of battery are also dangerous. So if you're planning on a flight anytime soon, this article is worth reading.
And the reason they don't want you to have it in your baggage, they want you to have it with your carry-on, is if a fire should happen, they can put it out easily in the main compartment where people are. But if it's in baggage, there's nothing they can do.
Right. In fact, some of the newer planes don't even have access to the baggage area from the cabin area.
I don't think they put it out. I think they just throw you off the plane.
Yeah, they do, but sometimes they open the door.
They open the door, and that's it. You're just out the door.
And this is also Ray.
All right, so let me see.
Prime to Prime Video.
Let's say that you're considering canceling your Prime membership, but are hesitant since you're hooked to some of the video series, such as like one of my favorite, Reacher. Well, this article will explain how you can cancel your Amazon Prime subscription while keeping the Prime Video streaming service.
Oh,
that might be useful. That's right. I didn't either. So that's why I think this might be a useful article to read for some people.
Ah, the one, Ray, that always gets me is that I'm watching half the series, and when I get to a certain, it happened the other day. Which series we were watching, and then you got to go to Paramount Plus, right? It's on. You're on Prime, and it says in order to get the next series, the next season, then it's Paramount Plus, which of course is another fee.
So you go to Walmart Plus, and you get Prime Paramount Plus for free. Because that's what they offer as their streaming service.
Not for free, you pay for it.
No, you get Walmart Plus
Right.
And Paramount Plus is part of what's part of that plan.
That's right.
Okay, Ron, this is you.
Yeah, I can't afford ChatGPT. Operator try perplexity. Assistant. And I guess I guess I don't use Perplexity. And when I read the article, I thought I got to ask Hewie about this because I know you are really a big Perplexity fan. So
yeah, Perplexity, and I also use Claude as well as Copilot and Gemini.
So Hewie, what do you think? Like, I think that like a lot of people are looking at for free service, and I think that Perplexity is certainly an option, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't pay for it.
Right. And it's you can even use a DeepSeek is available on Perplexity as well.
Yes.
So you can even use that, and it's available through we talked about that last week. So give it a try. That's why I put that in there, is I thought you should give it a try.
This I posted is 13 AI tools to save you thousands of hours in 2025. So if you want to look at this article, it lists different AI tools that are free.
Huey, do you have a favorite tool?
If I have so many of them. I've got so many of them.
You don't have one that stands out.
It depends upon what I'm using it for.
Mm-hmm.
The chat bots, I use several. The videos, I use InVideo.ai, probably the most that creates videos, but I am subscribing to that. And let's see, as far as text to image, I use, what's it called? Ideogram. I use quite a bit because it handles text very well. And there are several of those text to image that I like.
Okay.
You can do text to image right in ChatGPT.
Absolutely. And you can with Copilot. It goes to the image image creator from Bing or Microsoft.
Right.
The next one I think is mine. Samsung Wallet is launching in more European markets this Friday. We've talked about electronic wallets, Google Wallet, Apple Wallet, and Samsung Wallet. Probably Apple Wallet is the most worldly sort of wallet that's available. But Samsung is launching, and it will be in more European. So if you are traveling and you do have a Samsung wallet, thought that was interesting for you.
This is yours, Ron, as well.
Yeah, we always give Google a hard time, at least talk about the Play Store and how badly they're doing. But Google blocked 2.36 million risky Android apps from the Play Store in 2024.
Wow!
I thought, well done, Google. And I thought I just wanted to give Google a little praise because we often are jumping all over them, particularly with the Play Store. But they blocked 2.36 million. That's a lot of apps. Wow. Yeah. Imagine all those people writing those apps, right? Risky Android apps from the Play Store in 2024. So well done.
Apple is much more selective in what they allow in. Google allows them in, and then they try, and then they kick them out. So.
All right.
Shouldn't have let them in the first place. Then you wouldn't have to boot them.
Bob, did you do your February update yet?
Yes, I did this morning. I now have Android 15. Yep.
Okay. Anyway, I did not. Bob did his. I saw this article this morning. Just remind everybody, if you have a Pixel phone, the February update is out. So you can update it like Bob did, or you can be like me and do it later today because I forgot to do it this morning.
Did you have 15 before, or is this where it goes to Android 15?
I had 15. I'm sure I had 15.
I thought I had 15 before too, but I had a message this morning to restart to install 15.
No, because I'm still on 14 on my Samsung.
Right. Android 15
Well,
February.
That's Samsung. Update. That's not an Android.
Yeah, I understand that, but it may not have been
Pixel. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it may not have been
Pixels that got it right.
Yeah, you may have been on 14 up till that point.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such a cool article. This is such a cool article. I got to tell everyone about this. So, did anyone see about this? Did anyone read this article?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, you got it. You got to listen to this. So Google. So this is about a Super Bowl ad, right? And so the ad is about cheese, and they had AI make the ad, right? But AI, of course, made all the stuff up, and it wasn't true. And this is for a Super Bowl ad, right? Like, this is a big deal, right? Okay. So they had to take it down and redo the ad, right? So they took, and there was also a YouTube video that was associated with this. So they took the video down, they took the YouTube down, right? And redid the ad. Now, if you or I or anybody else in YouTube takes a video down and puts another one back up, it's not the same URL, right?
That's correct.
And that's the same playing field for everybody, right? Well, not here, because this ad went back up with the same URL. So if
they can do it for them, why can't we do it?
Well, because you're not paying $8 million a minute, right? That's the problem.
Don't intend to either.
You got to read the ad. It's a great article, and they were giving the raspberry to Google or YouTube because, of course, they put it back up again. So I thought that was very cool.
Gemini 2.0 Flash.
Yeah, Google opens its most powerful AI models to everyone. The front stage in the virtual agent push. So again, just let you know that if you're using Gemini, new feature.
Ron, that's the same one I did.
Yeah, so that's the same one, right?
And this is me. OpenAI just released 7 new updates for ChatGPT, images, coding, and more. So there's some OpenAI is trying to fight the deep what's the name of it? The
deep search and also
DeepSeek.
Yeah, DeepSeek. Yeah.
Yep.
So they're trying to get ahead of the game. So they're doing a lot of updates and adding things for free and so on. So
right, but just remind Hewie, it's that for people, this, you don't have to update anything since this is all occurring online. This just is there for you, right?
Yeah, their knowledge cutoff also has been extended to June of 2024. So as things progress, that was the one thing about ChatGPT, is the fact that it only goes to a certain date. And it was like 2022, then 2023. Now it's June of 2024. So if you want something more up to date, you want to have something that uses that date plus the internet. And that's where Copilot comes in and some of the other ones.
But Hewie, did you I have a video coming out on Monday, which will be playing on our Monday show. I think I showed you guys that I put Bill James' video up and on a Tuesday afternoon, and Wednesday morning I got a comment in the video, and the fella said that it was recommended to him by ChatGPT. And I told you guys this. In other words, the person put a query into ChatGPT and said, I want to know how to do whatever, right? And
into ChatGPT search.
And it went out and found Bill's information and said, here is the video that you want to see. And I had just plugged that in. Oh, I guess it's just searching it. It's
Ron, it's ChatGPT's search.
It's searching, right?
It has remember, you can install ChatGPT as a search engine.
Right.
And that, of course, searches the internet.
But that's pretty cool.
Ron, I think you talked about this.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Sorry. Now this was an interesting one. We talked about this, but that's why we were late starting the show, because we're talking about this article. So this was 7 features of LibreOffice that might make you want to switch from Microsoft Office. Now, the reason this fellow wrote this article was because, of course, Microsoft Office is going up by what is it, $30 or whatever it is?
$30. Yeah,
$30, right? So they said, why not use open Office? And I have used LibreOffice. So he went through and wrote this whole article about LibreOffice, which, of course, you could have written the same article 7 years ago. It was the same, right? Like there was no, all what he said was exactly true. And this is free, and if you do use, it is an option for you if you want to use an open source that's completely compatible with all the Office file formats. But the whole thing here is that if you are productive and you are in the Microsoft ecosystem and you are using Microsoft Office, it's now completely laden with AI, and and people use this in their daily lives, and it makes things really go very well. Sorry,
can I make one little comment?
Go right ahead.
You use LibreOffice and you produce whatever document you're going to produce, and then you take that document and you feed it into the AI that you'd use. So you can still use the free version of LibreOffice and get AI involved. Well, but you just have to go one step because it's not integrated.
Right. You could do available. Yeah, but you could do that. But all I'm saying is if you are a big time person using these services a lot, then you, like all of us, all 4 of us use AI in our daily lives, like in all the work we do. It's probably 80% of the stuff I'm doing, I'm using AI now. It's something that if you're in Office, you are going to be using it a lot because it's all integrated into the whole system now. And that's what you're paying that $30 for. So the thing the article didn't do was talk about the fact that there is no AI in LibreOffice. So you have to understand that before you make that leap. That was my point.
And I'm going to negate the $30 increase by saying I don't want it in Office.
Yep.
Yesterday, I had something I needed to do in Excel, and I had no clue on how to do it. I just used the Copilot and said, how do I put this information? And it actually built me all of the columns and rows that I needed, and I was done. I copy and pasted it right into Excel, and I had my information done. It's really amazing.
Yeah, but that was not using Excel and then the AI within Excel. That's exactly my point, which is why you can get around it and still have AI available.
So this is the I know that you guys are not interested in Switch 2 because we talk about this all the time, but every kid in the world is. They're all waiting for this. So the new Switch 2 is going to announce it will be released on April the 2nd, and the price will be around $400 US.
Yeah, that's something that your grandchildren might be interested in.
My grandchildren are going, hooray, because Grandpa's probably going to end up buying it for them.
For those who are using DeepSeek, this is I have the same chart of for ChatGPT, but it just tells you how to. It's a cheat sheet for your prompts in DeepSeek. First, you want to have it as a role, then a task, and then a format, and it gives some examples. And I think I also have somewhere where I've got a whole bunch of chat prompts that you can use in DeepSeek as well in a different article. Bob, this is you.
Wow, we did get to it. This is a deep dive about unbreakable passwords, a guide to online security. And this is actually, I took the text that I used to produce a video and fed it into Notebook LM, and this is what came out of that text. So it's using AI in more than one way, because there's also a video on this same topic. But LM just adds another dimension to that.
Okay, and here's an article from Kim Commando, AI, how to, 10 prompts to try with ChatGPT on your favorite bot. So if you want to test ChatGPT and you just don't know where to start or where to begin, whoops. Well, anyway, she gives 10 prompts that you can use, and it tells you what they are. So you might want to take a look at that article for that. And then this one is, again, from Kim Commando. Got a side hustle? Watch out for this tax change. This is for people in the U.S. But if you're using eBay and some of the others, you may start getting notices with the money that you got from selling something on eBay or and so on. I did not get anything from PayPal, which I thought I might. But it's interesting what they're trying to get more money out of us and not let us get away with having some money coming in without paying taxes. DeepSeek, this is what we mentioned earlier, is coming to Windows Copilot Plus PCs. Now, we didn't mention that the computers that are built for Copilot will have enough memory in them, and with the special chips and so on in there, you're going to be able to use DeepSeek locally very easily.
I use it right now, and I don't have a special chip.
Yeah, but there's different levels of what you can use with and without the special chip. There's, I think, 3 or 4 different levels, and you're at the lowest. You don't need the if you're you have enough memory and you have enough graphics memory, you should be okay with the lowest level. But if you want to go a little bit higher in the food chain, in other words, in the information that you utilize, you will need some kind of a GPU and maybe the NLP chip.
Before we get on to the next article, Hewie, do we have any more comments? We've got a few more comments to talk about.
Okay, let's see. Trying to see where we left off right here. I think we're good.
Okay. Murray says, I tried installing DeepSeek 14 on my iMac. A prompt that took a minute on Copilot still hadn't completed after an hour using all my RAM.
I didn't have that problem at all.
No, but he's using it on his Mac. That was the.
Well, the Mac, he should have more oomph on his Mac than I have on.
Yeah,
it depends how old his Mac is.
Yeah.
Bob, were you using the 14B?
Yep, sure was.
Okay.
And 90% CPU. So, okay. Still not complete. Jolin says Perplexity and Gemini are my go-to. I don't pay for either. Yeah. So, well, Jolin, what do you like about Perplexity over Gemini? I mean, is there a favorite that you have? I would be interested. You're certainly a very techie person, and have you found one that's something you really like on Perplexity that is better than Gemini, or vice versa? Anyway, maybe you could give us a comment on that.
Yeah, I'm working on a presentation that's going to include comparing 9 chatbots, including Perplexity, Gemini, Copilot, and so on. It's probably going to be too long for using it on Tech for Seniors, so it may be an hour presentation that I can do for groups and for APCUG. I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm still putting together the information.
Marie says, I have been using LibreOffice for many years. Good. Okay. I do the same thing with LibreOffice and Google Sheets. New Mac with M3 chip. So must be a software issue. Must be a software issue. And thank you, Marie, for all the articles you sent this. I don't know if you were here when I gave you a comment and said thanks, but thanks for all the articles that you sent hopefully we're getting to some of them. We're getting close. Okay.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me. Me. UPS plans to slash its shipping business with Amazon by half. And I didn't realize that Amazon and FedEx have completely severed their connection. So they apparently are finding they're not making enough money from Amazon to have Amazon use them as another shipper. And so it's getting more and more where they're going to just have to use their own people. And I couldn't understand. Apparently they got some really sweet deals with these companies, both FedEx and UPS, and FedEx finally gave up on it. They apparently weren't making enough money. And it looks like UPS is in the same boat.
And I'm seeing more and more Amazon trucks on the road as I drive.
Yeah. This again is, we talked about the Amazon, their device event on the 26th. I think you mentioned the 28th. It's going to be the 26th, where they're going to probably do the Miss A announcement. OpenAI announces surprise deep research stream. We've talked about that as well. If you're using OpenAI, you should see a deep research at the bottom, and then use that, and it'll give you more information, but it'll take a little longer. Bob, this is you.
Yeah, I have a series that I started about a week ago, where I list the top AI and top cybersecurity events from the past 24 hours. So if there were some, you'll find it. If there weren't any, there won't be a post for it. And this one happens to be on here are the top AI related events from the past 24 hours. There were none for cybersecurity, so you only have it for AI.
It's quite a list, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, maximum is 5. I don't do more than 5. Otherwise, it gets to be too much that I have to read.
Okay, Bob, this is you.
Again, deep dive, unbreakable passwords. We went over this.
Okay. And this is you.
This is bringing a hospital into your home. Take a look at the article. You might be surprised. Lots of things you can now get at home. You don't have to be in the hospital. How to create unbreakable passwords. It's a video. Take a look at it.
Okay. Bob, what do you recommend for a minimum number of characters in a password?
AI recommends 14 or more. The longer, the better. Use your password manager to create them for you, and you give it the parameters of what the site will allow, because some sites will only allow 12, some 16, some don't have a limit. So if they don't have a limit, the longer the better. Remember, you only have to have it created. You don't ever have to remember it if you're using a password manager.
Yeah, I'm using usually between 18 and 24 characters.
Yep.
So I want to tell everybody a super strong password that you can use that will prevent anybody from hacking in. And the passphrase is, "I love Tech for Senior." And that will no one will ever guess that, and that'll get you that's a good secure phrase.
There are 70 people that visit us each week in person, so you may not want to use that.
We'll put some numbers and signs in the beginning and the end and in the middle.
Oh, have you got Wednesday this weekend?
Yeah, Wednesday. No, it's the 16th. But it would normally be this Sunday.
Oh, but Super Bowl.
But no, it's not Super Bowl. I've got some obligations here in our village. We have a big meeting with the board of directors, which are in Ohio, or they're scattered around the country. But they meet here with the residents, and I have to be there. Okay. So I'm making it on the 16th of February, another week. But I got this out early because last night was the Stug presentation, which was very good. It was on scanning data and keeping all of your information as in digital format. So that was a very good video, and I'll be posting it on the Stug YouTube channel in the next day or two.
This was very interesting. This, of course, is to do with the cellular Starlink beta test. So shaky signal, high potential. T-Mobile users put cellular Starlink beta to a test. And if you look down in the article, it says, for the first time, SpaceX satellites are beaming data to consumer smartphones, including select Samsung Galaxy handsets and iPhones. The cellular Starlink service relayed text messages to his phone while he was in the Alabama forest with plenty of overhead tree cover. It doesn't seem to be as fast as normal texting, but I was able to communicate with others and I had no cellular signal otherwise. So it's cool and it's coming. And so you may want to give this article a look at. And if you do have the appropriate hardware and you do have T-Mobile, you might want to try the service.
Starlink has already decommissioned about 1,000 satellites that they were up there, and they were the first version of it, and they are bringing them back. What they do is they let them burn up on the way down, and so it doesn't usually get to the ground, but you may find pieces and parts occasionally from the burnt up satellites, but they're putting more up to replace them. So it's not becoming but they're much more up to date and more technologically much better. So, and then I noticed that the one that Jeff Bezos has, his rocket was tested and successfully this past week as well.
This is an article about the Pixel 9a. Which is coming out, and good news is this is cool. This is going to save you some money. It's coming with free YouTube Premium, free Google One, and a lot more features. And so you might want to just give this have a look at it. If you're looking at buying, it's going to be a good phone. I think probably coming in around $500, and it's going to be a good phone. But remember, Pixel 10 is probably 3 months out. So it is going to be, you are buying that's probably why they're sweetening the pot. They really want to get people to buy this thing because they're going to have Pixel 10 out in about 3 months.
Now the 9A is different than the 9.
Right.
And it's a much cheaper or inexpensive than the 9. And I think it's like $399 and $499 here in the US.
Right.
Probably trying to compete
it's still better than a $1,300 or $1,200 phone.
Now, in the Apple news world, in the Apple world right now, the big news is, of course, the Apple's new Invite app. Now, if you want to come to a party, schedule your gathering and invite friends, you can now do it, and even AI will help you. And this is the new Invite what's it called? The new Invites app, and it's on the Apple Store. This is an Apple thing. If you don't have an Apple, it doesn't work, but you can invite people to a party. So thought I'd just let you know, this is this is like lots going out about this. It just was announced. Let's see, this article came out on February the 5th. If you're planning a Super Bowl party this weekend and thought you don't have enough AI generated content to support it, Apple has a new app for you. The Invites app, released this week, is the company's version of the popular Partiful app for scheduling, inviting, and keeping track of parties and their guests. So there you go. Someone's a party animal like Hewie, probably you're going to use that a lot, right?
I checked my iPad and I had no invites.
Done.
Done.
So anyway,
this was from you. Copyright Office says pure AI need not apply, but there's nothing else there.
No, that was actually, Hugh, I just wanted to mention you did a great job last Monday about you did a thing on copyright, and that was very good. And it fit in about the big announcement. There's a lot of announcements about copyright and AI, and so that fit right in with what the announcements were. So it was good. It was good. Well done.
Thank you. This is Jim Brown.
Yeah, this was a big story, but isn't a story anymore because that's all changed. But all the packages from Temu, which amount to tens of millions of packages a day, were stopped at the border yesterday. But that seems to have been resolved, and they're back flowing again. At least I don't know if they're flowing out to customers or they're being held in the U.S. Customs. But the problem is there is not enough warehouses in the world to house all this stuff. So I don't know how that's all going to get figured out, but that seems to be flowing again. So
I got good news. I got an email this morning. My Center Cam 2 has shipped.
Oh.
No. They gave me a tracking number, but there's no tracking yet, so it probably hasn't gotten to the point where it's put on the boat to get here. But hopefully I'll have that soon.
I think that's about it. Let's Hewie, we're pretty much run out of time now. Let's let's have a look here. I'll take this off. Jolin says Perplexity has helped me with putting together outlines and suggested presentations. Terrific sourcing. I am also engaging Gemini, especially on my Pixel 9 Pro. All right, good news. Yeah. Geeks on Tour. Hey, Chris and Jim. I just brought Chris back from therapy. She is icing down. Exactly. Well, hey, you give Chris a big hello. And I went up and talked to Gail yesterday. I said, Chris is already using a cane. And I said, you got to get rid of that walker or you're not getting any more food. So she now working with a cane. So tell Chris, I want to know where the next.
Probably going to hit you over the head with the cane.
Go, you are mean, Ron.
I know I'm ruthless. Jolin said, sending healing energy. Geeks on Tour. Yes, yeah. You don't know, but Chris Gould, who is, of course, is our Google Photos expert, and she does sessions on our Monday show. She just had a new knee replacement. And a couple of weeks earlier, my wife had a new knee replacement. So Jim and I are caregivers, right? Jolin says, we had amazing home health care for my dad at home. We even had a portable x-ray and a portable sonogram when he collapsed and broke his ankles. I can't thank the care providers enough. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's why I said sometimes the best thing to do, get out of the hospital and get your service at home.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent. Dick says, I hope falling satellite parts don't hit anyone or put a hole in homes or vehicles. Dick, that's true. There's a lot of junk up there. And if it all starts to fall, I don't know. Geeks on Tour, I can get a good deal on the 9s with Google Fi right now.
9S with 9S.
9S, yeah. But don't forget the 10's coming out in 3 months.
So the 11 right after that.
Yeah. Geeks on Tour, no cane, never did. What? I'm gonna go up. That's it. Gail's getting that cane. I'm taking that away. She's got to get off her butt and just. That's it. That's it.
Guess
what? By the way, Chris and Jim are coming to visit us this summer, so they'll be able to meet Gail, and they're going to stay with us. So we're going to have some fun.
Top of the hour.
Top of the hour. Yes. How come we have so much fun on this show? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how come. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming and listening to us talk. We do appreciate the hour that you've been with us. Hopefully we saved you $200 now. Go tell your friends that this is a show that saves you a lot of money and they should be watching it, right? So that's really important.
Hit the thumbs up before you sign off.
And don't forget about your password. I love Tech for Senior, right? That's an important password that you can use. Nobody else will ever use it. And we'll be back this time, the same time next week. And also don't forget our Monday show. And I can tell you, because I'm organizing the Monday show, it's a good show. It's going to be a great show. We had a great show last week. True. You did.
We never had a bad one, have we?
No, that's true, but it's going to be really good. So anyway, let's see. Did you want to say anything? Oh, thank you, Hewie. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Ray, for coming. Any other comments you want to make before we sign off? Jolin says,
have a great day. Thanks for coming.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
We will see everyone in another week. All right. Bye now.
Bye.
So long.